Hi, Rebecca Zung, divorce attorney, here with you again today. And many refer to me as America's divorce transformation strategist. And I'm here with my Monday divorce motivational tip. I have been named one of the top 1% of divorce attorneys in the country. And through the power of the internet and social media, I have now a platform which makes my knowledge, which was once only accessible through my very expensive hourly rate, now is available to all of you through the power of this medium. So the reason why I do this is because I want everyone to be able to have access to me, access to my knowledge, and access to the transformation that I offer. So I help people, and how I help people is through these daily deliveries of information on social media, as well as through my very affordable online informational divorce programs. So today, I'm going to share with you a 3-step winning formula. It's a ninja formula that I created myself for powering through the feelings of paralysis and fear in divorce. Almost worse than divorce itself, paralysis or an inability to be able to make decisions or move forward can sometimes feel even more like more of a private hell than the divorce itself. The root cause of the paralysis can be a myriad of reasons, ranging from fear or a feeling of a lack of control, but really what can be done about it. So I can tell you that I've been exactly where you are. My life has had its own share of twists and turns, including my own heart-wrenching divorce. I was born into an upper middle class family in McLean, Virginia, which is a suburb of Washington, D.C. My dad was an anesthesiologist who had come from China. My mom was originally an operating room nurse, but she became a powerful businesswoman in her own right. I went to public schools in McLean, Virginia until through 8th grade, and then in 9th grade I was sent to an elite private boarding school in the upper Northeast. My parents thought, oh, I'll get some great education. So, but in my senior year of high school, I met a boy from the town of where my school was. And much to my parents' chagrin, he became my first husband when I was only 19 years old. I had my first son when I was 20, and then I had another son at 21, and then my first daughter when I was 23. And shortly after my babies were born, I started to realize that I had probably, I don't want to say made a mistake, because of course I'm happy that I had my children, but I kind of realized that my dad was right, that in making that choice, that I was choosing a difficult life, a financially challenging life, and a chaotic life. So I decided to at least get my college degree and finish that. So I did finish that when my children were 3, 4, and 5. And then toward the end of my 20s, I started to realize that the marriage was falling apart also. So I decided to divorce my husband. Nice guy, and we still have a very good relationship, but we just realized we were not meant for each other. Surprise, surprise, you can't figure that out when you're 19. So I put myself back through law school at that time, and I really chose law school because it was the only graduate degree, the only graduate program that would accept my elementary education degree without any other prerequisites, number one. And number two, I saw it as my ticket to freedom for myself and my 3 children, so that we would be able to be financially stable and on our own. So that was why I chose law school. I really had no idea what I was doing. I went completely on student loans. Did I have a lot of fear during that time? You betcha. And I really had no idea what I was doing. And I went to school completely on student loans. And during the time that I was even in law school, I thought, oh my gosh, what have I signed up for? I've got 3 kids. I'm still trying to work. I've got, you know, now I have this whole law school thing going on. How am I going to do all of this? But then I realized, okay, I'm going all on student loans. If I quit now, I'm still going to have to pay these back, and I certainly can't pay them back on my teacher's salary. So I just kept on going, and I just knew, I just kept focusing on that end game, kept focusing on where I'm going with this and where I want myself and my children to land. And that's what kept me going. So how do you overcome paralysis? Well, here's my 3-step process. Number 1, think of fear as false evidence appearing real. You know, the stuff that we conjure up in our mind is so much worse than what's reality. And you can what if yourself to death. What if this happens? What if that happens? Oh my gosh, and ruminate on it until the cows come home. And that's not going to help you, and it's not productive, it's not creative, it doesn't get you where you want to be. It just totally sabotages you and keeps you in this prison of what ifs. So, and it's even worse than that, and I'll tell you why. Because your thoughts create your reality, whether you like it or not, so you might as well do it consciously. So remember that your thoughts are like orders that you place to the universe, and the universe will deliver. So if you keep thinking a thought over and over again, and then it shows up, it's because you probably attracted that to yourself. So you might as well attract things that you want instead of things that you don't want. So learning how to pivot and replacing those thoughts with things that you want is going to be critical to this process. Number 2, create your end goal. This is really, really important. And this is not just, you know, write down, I want to be divorced. This is very, very specific. And the more specific you can be, the more you will see it start to manifest in your reality. So write it out. Visualize every single piece of it very specifically. Decide what you want your personal life to look like, where you want to live, what kind of work you're going to be doing, how much money you have, what kind of income you have, what does your house look like, and then keep on going. Write it down, and then also make a vision board. Okay, so that's step number 2, very critical. And then step number 3 is start putting one foot in front of the other. So the old adage applies. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Even if you just feel completely paralyzed and all you can just think of is the next step of what you're going to do. Okay, in the next moment, I'm going to get out of bed. In the next moment, I'm going to take a shower. In the next moment, I'm going to, you know, look at my vision board, write in my gratitude journal, whatever that next step is of the thing that you need to do. Making a to-do list for the day is really a great idea. And one of the things that I've seen people do is they have, like, on this side is the things that I can actually control today, the things that I'm actually going to do. And then this side is the things that I'm just giving to the universe to take care of for me. So write a list of the things that you can do every single day, and then check them off throughout the day. And whenever that paralysis starts to creep in, or those thoughts of worry or fear, then look back at your goals, look back at your vision board and go, okay, this is where I'm going. This is where I'm going. Maybe even take a photo of your vision board and keep it like as the screenshot on your phone when you take a look at it. Okay, that's where I'm heading. That's where I'm heading. So that's my 3-step process. I use it in my own life. I know that it works, and I encourage you to employ it in your own life too. One of the other ways that you can take control of your divorce is through my private divorce virtual masterclasses, which I mentioned earlier in the beginning. The Core 4 series and the Core 4 Plus Kids series are absolutely essential if you are in the process of a divorce or you are thinking of a divorce. You get to skip the hassle, save thousands on attorney's fees, and you can check them out by visiting my website at www.breakingfreefromdivorce.com. I'm also giving away a free copy of my best-selling divorce book right now, Breaking Free, a step-by-step divorce guide to achieving emotional, physical, and spiritual freedom. And you can get that by going to that same place, breakingfreefromdivorce.com. If you want to sign up for these daily tips and tricks and make sure that you get notification of them, go on to my YouTube channel at Rebecca Zung and just hit subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow for Tuesday Divorce Tactics. And tomorrow I'm going to be tackling the topic of how to deal with your pets in divorce. Until then, remember, you're just one step away from your new life. Together, we've got this.